Yo, what is going on YouTube? Okay, so I'm doing a revisit from from the Sakura video I did about a month ago, right? I got a lot of comments under that video. I also got a lot of comments under my TikTok. We got some good takes, we got some bad takes of why people don't like Sakura. Why people hate Sakura. Now I'm gonna go over them today, and this is gonna be like almost like a thanks for reaching 1,000 subscribers. I never even thought that I would even get this far. This is just kind of something that I do as a hobby. So even just like, I know 1,000 may not seem like a lot to a lot of people, but it means a lot to me, because like, just imagine 1,000 people in one room. Like it's crazy. The fact that many people just happen to sub to me, it's insane. So I want to say again, thank you guys for the support, and yeah, let's get this video started. So we're gonna start with the pin of shame comment that I had. So another day, another male YouTuber talking crap about Sakura in 2026. As people in the comments praise him to be the GOAT in W video. Ugh. Naruto fandom. And you know, I just pinned this right here, dude. I really just, like, let me just give you the pin of shame, because you obviously didn't watch my video. Oh, sorry for the hate spread. I actually didn't watch the video. Like, oh, it writes itself, guys. It just, the joke writes itself. I don't hate Sakura. I just hate how she was written by Kishimoto. Yeah, like most of Sakura's problems, you could just chalk it up to, like, it was really just Kishimoto. Like, he can write good characters. He can write good female characters. He just didn't really do that with Sakura. She had great potential, but first, fact Kishimoto can't write women is what makes her character seem bad. He can write women. He can. Second, compared to Naruto and Sasuke, she's just heavily disappointing. Like, if she was a side character, I think she would be really cool, but for one of the main characters, Kishimoto completely sold on her character. Yeah, like she was told to be a prodigy in Genjutsu, and just to be like really good. Right, and I'm not gonna tie like how good of a character she is based on how useful she is in battle, because that's not what makes a good character, right? Like, we see there's many people in fiction where like their quality doesn't reflect like how good they are in battle. Like, when you look at Moonman Rider from One Punch Man, he can't fight for shit. He's weak as fuck, but we all love him. Same thing when you get to, like, let's say Game of Thrones, Marjorie Tyrell. Most of what makes her a good character, it has nothing to do with how strong she is and how well she can do in battle. Same thing with Tyrion Lannister. Going back to anime, Subaru from Re:Zero, he can't fight for shit. For most of the series, he gets his ass beat by most of the characters, but what makes us like him has nothing to do with how good of a fighter he is. Nobara is an example of a better character than Sakura. It's crazy, more arguably, to say that she's worse because she has her own goals, whatever the fuck that was. But she didn't do anything towards it, as she was in the manga for a lot of the series. Her you-know-what is a plot convenience. She doesn't even have a one-on-one with Gojo at all. She may not revolve around guys, but she's barely a character. Yeah, I agree with that. I can't really say much about Nobara, and that's why I don't really like to mention her at all when it comes to, like, well-written female characters, because she's barely even around. But you can say that for a majority of the characters in JJK. Like, they don't, Gege just kind of forgets to develop them as characters sometimes. Like, most of the thought process that goes into JJK is, like, solely into the power system in the fights. Like, I know Jujutsu Kaisen is called sorcery fighting, but when that's all that the manga and show have to offer, like, why do we have all these characters and nothing to these characters? Like, why should I even care what happens to them? The only reason we care about fights, even in real life, is because we care about the people behind. We care about the people behind the fighters. We care about the fighters, their personal struggles, like their goals, what makes them stand out. Like, when people watch two boxers fight, like, they're not worried about the technicality of the boxing match itself, not at all. It's really like what's going into the boxing match, like everything outside of that's making the boxing match feel like something. It makes the match feel important. I feel like people kind of lose this when it comes to anime fights. Or more like they don't know why that some anime fights stand out. It's really like it's really about what's going on beyond the fight, like before the fight and after. Sakura's only goal in the series was being married to a man who hates her, beats her up. Sakura's whole personality was thinking about Sasuke during every arc. People calling her a Tsunade clone is an insult to Tsunade because Tsunade's goal was protecting people. She was a good Hokage and actually had a decent goal instead of making her love interest her own personality. Yeah, Tsunade was an interesting character because, you know, she was someone who kind of, everyone who's ever been close to her has died and it's traumatized her. She's been through like what 2 or 3 wars and she wanted to just spend the rest of her days just gambling and drinking and stuff like that, just being away from the village. Like, her backstory is very fucking sad, dude. And upon meeting Naruto, like, she realizes, okay, this boy it's going to be different this time. Naruto gives her hope for the future. Same thing with Jiraiya. Seeing Jiraiya again gives her hope for the future. And then, you know, she actually takes her job very seriously as Hokage. Like, she goes through a very good redemption and she actually gets her shit together. I would go so far as to say that she's one of the best written characters in the whole series. I would like to see interviews with Kishimoto on where he planned to go with Sakura if he had an abundance of time to get the story out. I don't understand how a literal genius like her, displayed way back on OG Naruto, first to stand on water and to run up trees with chakra manipulation, the only one to be proficient at dispelling genjutsu initially, who later blossoms into the medical doctor with various related chakra abilities and super strength and durability, with a bit of taijutsu capability practically unseen in that world outside of Tsunade. If that's a little bit of a tongue wrapper right there. If written right, she would have been the most dangerous of the 3 on that team up until the other 2 basically became gods of their universe. Yeah, some of the problems with the manga, like, you can kind of chalk that up to Kishimoto just being on a weekly schedule. Why wouldn't he just focus on Naruto and Sasuke? That's like the main thing of his story. He'll probably go crazy just going by week by week and focusing on different characters. I don't know what his thought process was. Yeah, I feel like, yeah, if he had an abundance of time, probably would have been better. The fact that Sakura is still the point of hate obsession for people is so funny. She is triggering guys who wants an obedient girl next to him, the ones who wants someone whose actions are always perfect, who does no mistakes, who wants someone who's not crying ever. Also dudes who despise love as a concept, basically the red flags. I've used her so much on the dates as a filter and never missed. Kind of goes into something that I've been thinking about. I've been thinking about this a lot, and I feel like Sakura, a lot of Sakura hate kind of ties into how nerds or just how men feel about women. She represents a subsection of girls that guys tend to hate. The ones who pick the criminals, the ones who pick the people who just aren't shit. A lot of girls tend to pick the bad guy. Now, of course, this isn't every woman, but you know, it does check out. Okay, so we got this coming from UFB Lawson. I think our beef with her comes from her disrespect to Naruto. Even as she matured, she kept choosing the wrong nigga. Respectfully, everyone thought Naruto was gonna pull her, and she still chose the wrong dude. Yeah. It looks like he got 32 replies. There's people actually trying to argue with this nigga. I want y'all to know, this guy's an MMA fighter. He'll actually fuck you up. They were all kids, and it was really just for comedic relief, if we're being honest. Nigga, that ain't no excuse. Shut up. Like, let's not pull the they're just kids card where they're literally going through the fucking forest of death. We got Gaara being a serial killer in the hospital and stuff. I didn't even know Gaara was 12 until like later, like when I got older. Like, why is this an argument, guys? Why is this an argument? Like, I think we can all agree that she chose the wrong dude. Sasuke is a terrorist. He's a killer. He's a murderer. This is other comment now. Hinata or Ino, why don't you pick on someone like that? They're way prettier, except whatever the hell Ino call. I mean, they all suck. Like I said it right here. They all fucking suck. What is there a lot about Sakura? I mean, she can punch really hard, I guess. She treats Naruto like shit. Yes, I'll say up until like Shippuden, and then you can probably say her and Naruto are pretty much like besties by the time we get to Naruto Shippuden, right? And I'm not saying that this friendship needs to evolve into a relationship. Like, Sakura doesn't owe Naruto a relationship, right? But from a writing perspective, from a fan perspective, it just makes a lot more sense for them to be together. Like, if you wanted to be Hinata the whole time, why didn't you set that up, like, at all? Like, they're just gonna get together for like, just because Hinata says so, just because she had a crush on when they was like 12, like, that's just not Like, I know Shonen Jump is for like growing boys, but I feel like we should show kids and teenagers how relationships actually form. I feel like we should show them that just because you do great things doesn't mean that like you're gonna just get a romantic relationship. You're not really owed a romantic relationship. You actually have to pursue that. You actually have to work towards that and with the other person to join together. But in a lot of shonen and a lot of movies, they just kind of have the main character in whatever girl it is. Usually it's like the main heroine. Usually they have both of them get together for no apparent reason, just because they're like in the same vicinity. And that is something that happens in real life, but it's like we need to show people how to actually form relationships, because a lot of nerds do not know how to actually form relationships with others. They don't know how to make friends. They don't know how to get girlfriends. They don't know how to get boyfriends. Yes, even the females too. The females are losers too. You know, and I'm speaking from a perspective of someone who came from that same world. I used to be someone who didn't know how to talk to people. I was afraid of going outside and talking to people. Like, I used to turn down job interviews just because of my social anxiety. It is definitely a thing. Like, I understand, guys, right? And I feel like if if you're putting out something into the world, you gotta have people take something out of it, right? In Naruto, he tries to teach lessons and things about hatred and just letting go, not repeating the cycle of hatred. Right, especially generational trauma. You know what I'm saying? But I think when it comes to forming relationships with others, right, like he spends so much time trying to have Naruto form relationships with hateful people, terrorists, murderers, right, and trying to turn them good. But when it comes to actually forming relationships with normal people, especially women, I don't think that's showcased too well, like at all. Even with Sasuke, that could have been done a lot better. But yeah. Because those demons are actually written well, and on top of that, the anime went out of his way to make her seem worse than she actually was in the manga. So if you're only experienced with the show, then the anime, the hate for her makes sense. But to be honest, she did less in the manga though, because in the anime they gave the opportunity to show the characters, right? And what I mean by that is that the anime has fillers, so you have more time with the characters. You have more time to get more attached to the characters, because the filler was on point when it came to characterization and how they were supposed to act, and their storylines were pretty good too, you know. But it just didn't. All that stuff wasn't in the manga, so I don't really get that argument. Yeah, man, I just wanted to revisit the Sakura videos that I made on TikTok and the one I made on YouTube, because it seems like a lot of you made good points, and I do want to like add more interaction between me and the people watching my videos. Of course, I appreciate all the support that you guys have been giving me, like subscribers, not subscribers. Like, I appreciate all of you guys. I recently reached 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. That's been like fucking insane recently, and I appreciate all you guys. Yeah, I'm gonna be getting out here. I wanted to make this one short and sweet. I'm probably gonna be uploading this very soon. And I'm putting this out there so I can actually fucking do it. I'm trying to increase my activity. I'm trying to increase my upload activity. And yeah, I'll be back with another one real soon. I will see you all later. Goodbye.